Oh, is that me? Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I can hear you, yes. Oh, mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Honestly, the people, the environment, the art, it's a fabulous event. I would recommend it for pretty much anybody.
Like freaking out. This stupid thing that I
This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
It's a fabulous event. I would recommend it for pretty much anybody.
The gates to Burning Man are officially open as of 10 o'clock this morning. We spoke to burners about last-minute shopping and their travel plans to the Black Rock City. Burning Man tops Channel 2 News at 6:30. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Burton. Thanks for joining us. Thousands of people from all over the world are making their way through the Reno Tahoe area on their way to Burning Man. And many of those folks are buying food, supplies, and costumes before their week-long stay in the desert. Ryan Candidate has more on how...
Yeah, Jen, folks are so ready for Burning Man to begin. Many people who we spoke to said they began preparing more than 6 months ago, and they can't believe that the day is finally here. Now, many people who do attend Burning Man, they first fly into Reno. Now, many of those folks are now driving to Black Rock City this very moment.
I have one more person just by themselves, single.
Chano Garcia arrived at the Reno Tahoe International Airport early this morning. This year will mark his third time at Burning Man.
Yeah, we have some friends meeting out there. My girlfriend's here also. And yeah, turns out there's a bunch of people that we knew between the two of us that were going.
But he's heading to the playa in a different way this year. In the past, he's taken an RV, but this year he will be taking a shuttle from the airport called the Burner Express.
This time we had to be a little more compact with our stuff and like only bring the bare essentials. So no big dragon costume this year, not any extra like fancy doodads or anything like that.
The Burner Express will take more than 2,000 eager burners from the airport to the playa today. But even with the Black Rock City gates open, not everyone is fully prepared to leave just yet.
I overheard him tell some other people that he was going to Burning Man, and I said, are you all set? And he said, no. I said, that's okay. I'll look after you.
Tim and Christopher met on a plane coming from Australia and are now traveling together to the playa, but not before getting some much-needed essentials for 8 days in the desert.
We want some good quality food.
Yeah.
Don't know what to expect out there.
Janet Curvers with Whole Foods says because of Burning Man, yesterday her store went $60,000 over their projected sales, selling everything from water to raw foods to bacon.
Ran out of bacon yesterday. Bacon is used as a form of currency out on the playa because there is no commerce, and so they'll trade things like that for other essentials that they need.
And other Reno shops saw the same treatment from burners who needed to pick up a few more things before they drive up.
Looking for a couple of different things to pick up before the burn, last-minute items, and it's just nice to check out what's around in Reno.
Today will mark the 7th time that Sandra Sapphire begins her stay at Burning Man, and she says every time it gets better.
I've been to 21 countries, and Burning Man is my favorite place.
Yeah, and event organizers expect more than 60,000 participants to be traveling to and from the Black Rock City here in the next couple days. Covering the big story live at the Reno Tahoe International Airport, Ryan Canada, Channel 2 News.
Now, here's Chloe Beardsley's first look at the Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Well, conditions are slowly starting to calm down a little bit outside, but it is still pretty breezy all around the area. You can see wind gusts up to 17 miles an hour still in the biggest little city tonight. And you may remember we're off to a pretty chilly start for today. We're going to see very similar weather conditions overnight and in some areas even colder. Current temps outside right now still pretty warm, at least for now. And over the next few days, we'll see a ridge of high pressure continue to build in over the region. That will bring us slightly warmer weather over the next few days. Expect skies to continue clearing up later on this evening, and we're going to see much warmer weather headed our way tomorrow. I'll have all the details on that coming up in just a little bit on Channel 2. Jen?
Thanks, Chloe. In Crime Beat tonight, several cases of vandalism at local churches in Incline Village are being investigated. Authorities responded to a report of vandalism at 7:30 this morning at the Village Church on McMurray Boulevard. St. Francis Church was also in Incline Village, was vandalized. Investigators say the vandalism has escalated over this past month from just graffiti to more extreme property damage, such as broken windows. One of the churches vandalized was Village Church. Their pastor says the vandalism began at his church on Easter with spray paint on the front door. In July, cables were cut, damaging outdoor shades, and last night, someone tried to cut down their outdoor cross. While members say they're saddened by the acts, they say it won't stop them from practicing their beliefs.
At the end of the day, the facility, the church, the building, that's not the church, it's the people.
The FBI is assisting in the investigation. Secret Witness is offering a $500 award for any information that could help police. Just call Secret Witness at 322-4900, or you can text your tip to 847-411. In campaign 2016, Republican presidential hopeful Marco Rubio will make history in Nevada when he visits Yerington this week. The mayor of Yerington says the small town has never been a campaign stop for an active presidential candidate until now. Rubio's visit is scheduled for Tuesday. If you'd like to see Rubio at any of his campaign stops this week, he'll be at the Peppermill in Reno tomorrow beginning at 6:30 p.m. Then he's making 3 more stops on Tuesday. You can catch him at the Community Center in Carson City at 9:45 a.m. In the afternoon, he'll speak at the Pioneer Crossing Casino in Yerington at 1:45 p.m. And in the evening at 5:15, Rubio will be at the Convention Center in Fallon. Today at Aces Ballpark, fans joined Reno Mayor Hillary Sheevy in Major League Baseball's Play Ball initiative. Before the game, fans joined Aces and Nevada Wolfpack players out on the field to throw the ball around, get autographs, and take pictures. This dad brought his family out to watch the game and was happily surprised when his little boy got to toss around the ball with the team.
All he ever wants to do is play baseball, so I'm sure he's enjoying this more than anyone here.
We can all remember the time when we were a kid's age and how much it meant to us to have a guy like us, play catch with him, and so it's nice for us to be able to give back.
It's part of a nationwide program that more than 100 cities are participating in. The goal is to bring the community together to get some good, healthy fun. Young wannabe aces weren't the only ones dreaming of playing professionally someday. The Reno Bighorns held open tryouts today at the South Reno Athletic Club. Players from across the U.S. and Canada were invited to come down and try to earn a spot on their 2015-2016 roster.
We've had guys in the past that maybe have bounced around from school to school, or there's just been something in their life that hasn't allowed them the opportunity to play. And this is a chance for those guys to get out here, showcase their skills, and see if it's the right fit.
The Bighorns say they've had a lot of success finding hidden stars through open tryouts like this. There'll be another open tryout next Saturday in Sacramento. Researchers at Lake Tahoe are enlisting local residents, tourists, and other beachgoers to record their observations and photographs on a new smartphone app. The University of California, Davis's Tahoe Environmental Research Center recently launched the app called Citizen Science Tahoe. Developers say it'll help scientists better understand the lake's environmental conditions. So users are asked to enter what they see at the beach, from algae to wildlife. Each observation automatically records the user's location, date, and time. That data will then give researchers a better understanding of Tahoe's fragile areas close to the shoreline. Researchers say the part of the lake that people experience the most is the part that scientists know the least about.
Warmer weather is on tap tomorrow. I'll have the details coming up on Channel 2.
But first, a 62-year-old hiker has been found after spending a week alone in the mountains in California. We'll tell you what happened next.
You're watching Channel 2 News at 6:30 with Jennifer Burton, sports with Dallas Kolodny, and Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast. Thanks for watching Channel.
A hiker has been found alive after she vanished for more than a week in the California wilderness. Today, she's recovering from surgery to set the several broken bones in her leg. Brian Webb reports on how she was finally found and rescued.
The hiker was airlifted to a hospital after surviving 9 days alone in the Sierra Nevada mountains.
She was injured. She does have some broken bones.
62-year-old Mayuki Harwood was rescued after she used a whistle to alert rescue teams. It's a huge relief to Harwood's family.
Beyond excited. They couldn't stop screaming and crying and yelling amongst themselves, and they were all in a car on their way up here.
Harwood, an experienced hiker, went missing from her group August 20th. The search had been hampered by thick smoke from a nearby wildfire. Harwood crawled for 2 days to reach a creek bed.
She was able to drink from the creek with the water filter that she had to stay alive.
Authorities say Harwood was weak and exhausted, but thankful to be alive. Brian Webb, Channel 2 News.
What's the attraction for some people to retire to Nevada's desert towns? Jack Sutton asked a former university professor who is living in Tonopah. He goes by the name of Wizard these days, and he found one answer in tonight's Nevada Backroads.
The town used to be called Butler in the early 20th century, attracted folks from all over the world when precious metals were discovered. But a richness of a different kind brings people to live here today. I asked the gentleman called the Tonopah Wizard what that's all about.
There's a lot of people here that are well educated, but they prefer to live not completely off the grid, but enough off the grid that, you know, Tonopah is a gas and go stop, as you well know. Well, when I left Verdi, which is also in northern Nevada, but I took 1 tank of gas, and this is where I ended up at. And that was my plan all along. Well, we've got a little turquoise mine out here called Lone Mountain. I worked the mine for 5 or 6 years, I guess. And then for the last, I got married a few years back.
Living in Tonopah, you adapt to this place, take advantage of some of the wonders found here.
Every little town around here has 1, 2, 3, 4 dumps, depending on the age of the town. A lot of them are like little ghost towns that have not been inhabited since forever, and so those dumps are rife for picking right now. Very much. It's a different kind of place, that's for sure.
Reported in Tonopah, Jack Sutton, Channel 2 News.
Looks like it's going to get warmer in the week ahead. I'll have the details next on Channel 2.
Thanks for watching. Now, here's Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. Take a look at this. They're leaving. So many people getting ready to go out to the playa. Thank you so much, Penny Mix, for sending in this photo. They came into town, bought the food and the supplies, and now you can see a pretty heavy commute out to the playa tonight. If you've got some pictures you'd like to show off, find me on Facebook, and we'll do our best to get those on the newscast for you tonight at 11. We're looking at mostly clear conditions, a few scattered high clouds all around the region, but if not, much milder weather compared to yesterday. Now, we are still seeing a bit of a breeze around the region with temperatures right now in the valley in the low 80s, winds just out of the west at about 17 miles an hour right now. And earlier this afternoon, we peaked at 85 degrees for today, and we're actually going to see weather slightly warmer over the next few days. Slightly above average temperatures is what we're projecting for the start of your work week. And overnight, it is actually going to be a few degrees colder compared to last night. So we'll take a look at conditions we're expecting this evening. Skies will continue clearing up throughout the night. Temperatures, it's going to be cold around the Lake Tahoe area with lows dropping down into the mid-30s overnight. Also, winds expected to decrease over the next few hours. Same kind of story for the Reno and Sparks area with lows dropping down into the 50s and winds decreasing as we get closer to midnight. Now, yesterday we saw a very strong cold front impact our region, and that's what really kicked up the wind speeds around our area. The front continues to exit the state, and as far as what we can expect over the next few days, we have high pressure that's actually going to start building in, and that's going to bring us very dry weather conditions and quite a warm up into the beginning of the work week. And you can see it here on our future cast. Mostly clear conditions. The ridge is really going to keep us from getting any kind of storm activity around our region. We have the low just to the north of us where most of the precipitation will remain in the Pacific Northwest. Also, some monsoonal moisture will continue to trek northward through Arizona and Utah. But the ridge is going to keep us very dry over the next few days. So very sunny skies and warm weather are on tap for us over the next few days. 70s and 80s for your mountain highs. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 80s for Tonopah, 92 degrees for Hawthorne tomorrow afternoon. And northern Nevada will also start cranking up the dial on those temperatures with highs reaching the 80s and 90s all around the region. It's also going to be a very nice day around Lake Tahoe. Check this out. Upper 70s expected. It is going to be chilly tomorrow morning with temperatures starting off in the 30s and even valley 40 and 50s lows for tomorrow morning. So it is going to be off to a cool start, but will be warmer by the afternoon. So quite a bit of variation in our temperatures is what we're expecting. And here's a look at your neighborhood conditions overnight and for your highs in the afternoon. We are looking at very warm weather to continue over the next few days, at least pretty warm for this time of year. And you can see over the next few days, sunny skies and temperatures above average will continue for the next few days. Now the ridge will remain pretty strong over our region, so very dry conditions are expected over the next week or so. A trough passing through will bring us some breezy weather and additional cloud cover by the middle of the work week into the weekend. But if not, that looks like pretty good weather.
It does. It looks nice. Thanks, Chloe. Coming up, the Reno Aces wrap their 8-game homestand this afternoon. Could they leave Reno with a victory? Dallas has that and more next.
Thanks for watching Channel 2 News.
2, 1.
Now, here's Dallas Kolodny with Channel 2 Sports.
Former Nevada defensive end Brock Hecking was cut by the San Diego Chargers today. Hecking suffered a Liz Frank injury and other foot damage against the Seahawks last night and is scheduled to have surgery this week, according to the San Diego Union Tribune. Once Hecking clears waivers, the Chargers will then place him on injured reserve. In 3 preseason appearances this season, he has recorded 1 tackle. Well, on the baseball, the Reno Ace this season is just about over, just a little more than a week left, and today they wrapped up their next to last homestand of the season, looking for a sweep of St. Louis affiliate Memphis. So let's head downtown. Great crowd on hand on a Sunday afternoon. The Aces trailed 6-2 in the bottom of the 5th, but the red-hot Todd Glazman changes that. Blast one, though not left, but straightaway center. His 14th homer of the year, part of a 4-for-5 day at the plate for him, but the Aces got on base 15 times via a hit, but they left 12 runners on, and when you can't capitalize on base hits, that usually costs you in the end, and it did on Sunday. The Aces lose 6-4. So they are going to head over the hill for their final 4 road games of the year with division rival and Giants affiliate Sacramento. First pitch on Monday, set for a little after 7 p.m. Well, the Diamondbacks hosted the Athletics, and David Peralta has some fan support, and he appreciates that in the form of a solo home run in the bottom of the 3rd to make it a 3-2 game. But this one would go to extras. In the 11th inning, bases loaded for Oakland's Marcus Semien, and he slaps this one through the right side. That'll score 2 and give us a very happy director here at Channel 2. Chad's A's win 7-4. The Giants looking to take the series from the Cardinals early on. All St. Louis. Jason Hayward drives one to center. Gregor Blanco misplays, and that turns into an RBI triple. St. Louis has a 2-0 lead. Later, more from the Cardinals. Mark Reynolds says bye to that one. Solo shot to left, and the Cardinals open up a 6-2 lead. But here come the Giants, down 3 in the 8th. Marlon Byrd turns on one, goes to the gap in right center. That's an RBI triple of his own, but it wasn't enough. The Giants don't get any closer. Cardinals win the game and the series 7-5 is your final today. 45,000 people showed up to watch the championship of the Little League World Series between Japan and Pennsylvania. Early on, the American kids showed their strength. Dylan Rodenhaber knows it when it leaves the bat. Check out the fist pump. 7-2 Pennsylvania in the first, and they're not done in that inning. Later on, 2 on for Jaden Henline. Blast a 3-run shot over the conveniently placed fencing, and it's 10-2 Pennsylvania, but Japan would fight back. In the second, down a run, Shingo Tomita, solo shot, and this game tied at 10. To the 3rd, same score and more from Japan. Masafuji Nisajima, 2nd home run of the game for him, and the kids from Japan come back from being down 8 runs to win the Little League World Series 18-11. The IndyCar Series wrapped up their season today, 1 week after the death of racer Justin Wilson. All 25 drivers in today's field will auction off their helmets in support of Wilson's charity, as well as the team carrying a memorial sticker for him. As for the race, 6 drivers in contention for the championship, including Indy 500 winner Juan Montoya, who was the points leader, but early on runs into teammate and fellow title contender Will Power, forcing them both to battle from the back. Scott Dixon led the most laps in this one and dominated in his quest for the title, forcing Montoya to finish in the top 5. 9 to go, and another title contender in trouble. Graham Rahal gets turned around by Sebastian Bourdais, ending his championship hopes. At the checkered flag, it would be Scott Dixon with the win. Montoya came in 6th, and it would be Dixon winning the race and his 4th IndyCar championship of his career. Final round of the Barclays, and hey look, Donald Trump in attendance. Now, only twice as a golfer on the PGA Tour hit 2 holes in 1 in the same round, and now make it 3. Brian Harman Sank one on the 3rd and 14th holes today. This one's on the 14th. However, wasn't really in contention to win, finishing a tie for 30th. The guy who just wound up destroying the field, PGA Championship winner, Jason Day, the Australian, would shoot an 8 under 62, wins the tournament by 6 strokes, Jen.
Good for him. You know, it's got to be rough when you get rear-ended in the middle of a race when you're doing well.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a race. I think anytime if you were to, even on the road, just
don't like
driving
that.
to work or home, that wouldn't be very good either.
Nope.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dallas. When we come back, Chloe will have a final look at our weather. You're watching Channel 2 News. Coverage you can count on.
I almost said.
Thanks for watching Channel 2 News. The live stream will be
Chloe's got a final check of our forecast.
It's going to be warm and not as windy, which is
good.
pretty good news, right? Yeah, we'll pull up the 7-day here. You can see upper 80s in the forecast. Cooler weather with a nice breeze by the middle of the week and 70s and 80s by next weekend.
Sounds pretty good. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you back here tonight at 11. Have a great night. Good night.